What's up YouTube, this is GalacticGod, and I'm coming at you today with a video to talk about the impact that losing that first turn draw is going to have on combo-oriented decks. Now, ever since it was announced here in the TCG that we would also be losing our draw phase if we decided to go first in a duel, I've been testing out a lot of different kind of decks up on DevPro and in real life about how exactly this would affect not only the decks that I play, but my play style and what I have to conform to and change. And what I've noticed is that losing your first turn draw actually hurts the casual decks more than the competitive ones. Now, as a lot of you guys know, I love playing these combo-oriented decks. Stuff that is not super highly competitive or anything like that, but just extremely fun to play, at least in my opinion. Decks like Synchron is one of my favorite kind of archetypes to mess around with. The ability to just kind of special summon after special summon and bring out huge big boss monsters has always been very appealing to me and is one of the aspects of the game that I really enjoy. With that said, for this new upcoming format, I've been testing not only Synchrons quite a bit, but also Psychics. I wanted to kind of revisit that deck. Now, the problem with a lot of these combo-oriented decks is that not only do you desperately need to go first in order to set up, because you don't really want to try and combat a field full of back row cards when you're trying to get off these weird, insane combos, because most likely if your opponent has 1, 2, 3, or even 4 cards set back there, it's really hard to get off one of these insane kind of plays, because your opponent is obviously going to have something back there, some kind of answer, something that will disrupt the play that you're trying to make. That's why it's always been hugely important to be able to go first with these kind of decks, so that you're most likely going to be uninterrupted with your play. The only answers that your opponent might be able to have is some kind of hand trap such as Maxi or Effect Veiler or whatnot. The problem now though is that going first gives you a huge disadvantage in the fact that you don't get that 6th card, which you also desperately need in a combo-oriented deck, because a lot of times you have to draw certain cards for your deck to actually perform well. And in a lot of instances, that 6th card can be just the one that you need in order to get your deck rolling. So what I've noticed now that this new rule change is going to be coming in effect is that it's become increasingly harder to play these kind of decks. No longer does going first actually help, because you might not be able to draw all the pieces that you need to complete your combo. And going second runs you the risk of having to deal with a bunch of back row that your opponent may have set. So my question to you guys is this: do you think these combo-oriented decks are going to be able to adapt and change and still perform at the level they once did? Or is this new rule change going to be too much for them to combat? And I guess that's it for now. This is GalacticGod, out.